Welcome to Relaxed Reddit Readings. Today we have 4 Reddit stories for you. Reddit stories that will make you question everything. Story 1. My in-laws want to take my baby to another country for 5 weeks. So my boyfriend's family just told me they're taking my 1-month-old baby to the Bahamas for 5 weeks every summer, and they're not asking me, they're telling me. Let me explain this absolutely wild situation I've found myself in. My baby is literally just a month old right now. My boyfriend lives here in the US with me, but his entire family lives in the Bahamas. His mother and the rest of his family have decided that once my baby turns 1 year old, I need to send my child to the Bahamas for 5 whole weeks every single summer. And here's the kicker, they didn't ask me about this arrangement, they told me this is what's going to happen. I am absolutely not comfortable with this idea at all. I've never even met any of these people except for his mother. Think about that for a second, they want me to send my baby to stay with complete strangers in another country for over a month. His mother keeps insisting that I'll want to send my baby away after a while, claiming that she sent my boyfriend to stay with his dad for months at a time when he was little. She's acting like this is completely normal and that I'll eventually be grateful for the break. But I'm the mother here, and I should have a say in where my child goes and for how long. 5 weeks is more than a month, that's a significant chunk of my child's life, especially when they're that young. At 1 year old, my baby will barely know these people, and I certainly don't know them well enough to trust them with my child for that long. I keep thinking about all the things that could go wrong. What if my baby gets sick? What if there's an emergency? What if they have different parenting styles that I don't agree with? What if my baby is scared or homesick and just wants their mom? And honestly, what if I miss my baby terribly and want them back? His family seems to think that because this is their tradition, should just go along with it without question. They're treating it like it's already decided, like I don't get a vote in what happens to my own child. I understand that they want to bond with their grandchild and that family connections are important, but this feels like way too much too fast. Maybe when my child is older, like 5 or 6, we could discuss shorter visits where I could come along too, at least initially. But a 1-year-old being away from their primary caregiver for 5 weeks in a foreign country? That seems excessive and potentially traumatic for both me and my baby. My boyfriend seems caught in the middle, but I feel like he should be supporting what I'm comfortable with as the mother. Is it wrong that I want to be the one making decisions about my baby's travel and living arrangements? If you're enjoying these stories, hit that like button and let me know in the comments which story you relate to the most. Story 2. I kicked out my roommate's girlfriend who basically moved in. So I just kicked my roommate's girlfriend out of our apartment after she basically moved in without asking, and now he's calling me a complete jerk. Here's what happened. I live with this roommate and we split the rent 50-50, which worked perfectly fine at first. Then he got a girlfriend, and initially, she would just stay over sometimes, which was totally cool with me. I mean, that's normal roommate stuff, right? But over time, it turned into something completely different. She basically started living at our place full-time. We're talking about her sleeping there every single night, eating our food from the fridge, using our shower like it's her personal bathroom, running load after load in our washing machine, and leaving her stuff scattered all over the apartment. But here's what really got to me, sometimes I'd come home from work or class, and she'd just be there alone, hanging out like it's her place. Not with my roommate, just her, acting like she lives there. I kept quiet about it for way longer than I should have because I didn't want to start drama or seem like the uptight roommate. I figured maybe it was just a temporary thing, or maybe they'd figure out it was getting excessive on their own. But weeks turned into months, and nothing changed. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore and I sat down with my roommate to have what I thought would be a reasonable conversation. I explained that his girlfriend was essentially living with us without contributing to rent or utilities, and that I hadn't agreed to have a third roommate. I suggested that if she was going to be there that much, we needed to either split the bills 3 ways or she needed to scale back how much time she spent at our place. Well, my roommate did not take this well at all. He got defensive and said I was being unreasonable, that she wasn't there that much, and that I was just being jealous or controlling. This really frustrated me because I felt like he was completely dismissing my legitimate concerns about our living situation. So the next time she was there alone while he was at work, I told her she needed to leave and that she couldn't just hang out at our apartment when my roommate wasn't there. I also said that going forward, she needed to limit how much time she spent there since she wasn't paying rent. She got upset and called my roommate, who came home furious and accused me of being a terrible roommate and overstepping boundaries. But from my perspective, she's the one who overstepped boundaries by essentially moving in without any discussion about how this would affect our living arrangement or our expenses. Now my roommate is giving me the silent treatment and acting like I'm the villain in this situation. Was I wrong to put my foot down about this? Story 3. My husband does nothing around the house but wants to help his mom. So my husband wants to help his mother with tasks around her house, but he's never done a single load of laundry in the 8 years we've lived together, and I'm starting to lose my mind over this double standard. Let me paint you a picture of my daily life. We have 2 very young kids, I'm currently on maternity leave, and I handle absolutely everything around the house. I'm talking cooking, cleaning, laundry, childcare, you name it. And here's the thing that really gets me, when I do work my full-time job, I still do all of those exact same tasks plus working just as many hours as him. My husband has literally never done a load of washing in our entire 8-year relationship. Not once. He's never cleaned a bathroom, never meal planned, never dealt with the kids' schedules or appointments. I handle everything domestic while also contributing financially when I'm not on leave. But now his mother needs some help around her house, maybe some yard work or fixing things, and suddenly he's Mr. Helpful, ready to spend his weekends being the devoted son. Don't get me wrong, I think it's nice when people help their parents, but the irony here is killing me. This man who can't be bothered to load the dishwasher or throw in a load of laundry wants to go do home maintenance for his mom. When I pointed out this contradiction, suggesting that maybe he could start helping around our own house before taking on projects at his mother's place, he acted like I was being unreasonable and selfish. He said helping his mother is different because she's getting older and needs the support. But what about me? I'm drowning over here trying to manage 2 small children, a household, and eventually a full-time job, all while he contributes basically nothing to the domestic workload. I asked him why his mother's needs are more important than his wife's needs, and why he can find time and energy to help her but never seems to have time or energy to help me. He got defensive and said I was trying to prevent him from being a good son. But that's not what this is about at all. This is about the fact that he's perfectly capable of being helpful and taking initiative, he just chooses not to do it at home. It's about the fact that he can see when his mother needs support, but he's apparently blind to the fact that his wife is overwhelmed and could use some partnership. I feel like I'm going crazy because he's making me out to be the bad guy for wanting him to prioritize his own family's needs. Is it wrong that I think he should be helping around his own house before he goes off to help someone else? Would you be frustrated if you were in my position? Story 4. I asked gym members to stop talking during workout class. So I asked some people to stop talking during our workout class and now I'm apparently the gym villain, but honestly, I think they were being completely disrespectful. Here's what went down at my Orange Theory class. I'm a 34-year-old woman who goes to the 8:15 morning class pretty regularly. Our head instructor just left the studio last week, so most of the coaches we have now are brand new and still figuring things out. There's this friend group of about 4 women who are older than me, plus their husbands, and they've been kind of territorial about the gym setup. They've actually asked me to move treadmills in the past so they could all be next to each other, and I've been polite about it and moved, even though I prefer certain numbered stations for the weight portion. So during this particular class, they were having full conversations while the new instructor was trying to explain the workout. I'm not talking about quick whispers or clarifying questions, I mean actual social conversations about their weekend plans and family stuff. The poor instructor kept having to pause and speak louder to talk over them, and you could tell she was getting flustered since she's already new and nervous. It was making the whole class awkward because the rest of us were trying to listen to the instructions while they were just chatting away like they were at brunch. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore, so I politely asked them if they could save their conversation for after class since some of us were trying to hear the workout instructions. I wasn't rude about it, I just said something like, "Hey, could you guys chat after class? I'm having trouble hearing the instructor." Well, you would have thought I had personally insulted their entire families. They got immediately defensive and said they were just asking quick questions about the workout, which was definitely not true since I heard them talking about someone's daughter's soccer game. One of them said I was being uptight and that it's a friendly gym where people are social. But here's the thing, being social is great, but there's a time and place for everything. When an instructor is trying to teach a class, especially a new instructor who's already nervous, talking over them is just plain rude. It's disrespectful to the instructor who's trying to do their job, and it's inconsiderate to the other people who paid for the class and want to actually hear the instructions. After class, a couple of other people quietly thanked me for saying something, so I know I wasn't the only one who was annoyed. But this friend group has been giving me dirty looks ever since, and I heard through the grapevine that they think I'm some kind of gym police who needs to mind my own business. Look, I get that the gym can be a social place, and I'm all for people being friendly and building community. But when your socializing is disrupting the actual purpose of why we're all there, which is to work out and follow the instructor's guidance, then it becomes a problem. Am I really the bad guy here for wanting to be able to hear during a fitness class I'm paying for? If you enjoyed these stories, drop a comment telling me which one was your favorite. And if you want more relaxed Reddit readings, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these stories, like, comment and subscribe for more relaxed Reddit readings.